What's up? Welcome back to our Iron Horizons. A campaign that's about skinks, big robots, wrestling in high school, and hit clips. That about sums it up.
Yeah, that's
Pretty much it, yeah.
How's everyone doing today?
Well, Richard's
Happy
dead. So.
Saturday.
Yeah.
No.
He sort of just fell off his chair.
he didn't stand up.
He hasn't gotten back out.
Ripped shirt.
Oh,
Very
I
good.
missed it. Did he fall out of view and then just crawl to the door?
No, he's dead.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
How
How are you today, Phoenix?
Oh, I'm good. I'm doing fine. Had a rehearsal today.
For what?
Not a real rehearsal.
Oh.
It's a show. I'm assistant directing at this high school.
Wow. Big man on campus.
Yes. Well, the rest of them are high schoolers, so.
Big
Literally.
man on campus. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? My iPad's dead.
We've got some cool lighting as a treat for you y'all watching at home today because it's daytime now.
I know, it's terrible. I'm so horribly backlit. What do I do about it?
Which day is the day where we flip hours?
Sunday.
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's a bummer. Okay.
Get ready for it to spring ahead.
So wait, we lose an hour then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be that fun thing where it's 2 a.m. and then I turn away for a second and look back and it's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah, we
get sad.
talking daylight savings?
Damn right.
Maybe it's
know
an
it.
unpopular opinion, but I love the spring daylight savings.
Yeah,
It's
that's
the best.
definitely what all of
Right,
us were
later.
just saying.
You're clearly not
I
a
like
real
it.
gamer.
I liked it once I started working retail because it stopped being dark out when I left work, so I had daylight again.
That's fair.
The
yeah.
world is happier when the sun sets later. The sun's gonna set at like 7:30 where I am after it, and it's gonna be amazing.
Well, okay.
Or we could just be like Arizona.
Yeah?
Yeah,
What's
that's really
Arizona?
what we should do.
Oh, they have their weird time zone. They have they split it, don't they, or something?
No, they just
No,
don't
I think we just
acknowledge
don't
daylight
do it.
saving.
Oh.
Just fuck it.
How are they gonna save up all their daylight for the winter?
It's not how. Wait.
Well, there ain't no farms.
Phoenix, wait.
Oh my gosh. They're... Oh, I really just muted all of you on myself accidentally.
That's a
Wow.
huge thing.
Out. Okay, I'm back.
To me, you're never gone.
I realized that I mapped all the voice mod keys to just really dumb buttons, like end, page up, page down, home. So when I do that, I usually mess something up.
That would be a fun little prank to pull on someone. Like, make new hotkeys for their voice mod, but make it random letters.
That's fun. Yeah, see, they're just randomly getting different. Yeah.
So when they're typing. Guess what? I actually prepared a little bit of a recap.
No
this
way!
Look at this guy.
Yeah,
Look at him
I
go.
Look at this guy with his like gray overcoat.
Wow.
Did you work on your iambic pentameter a little bit from last time?
Yeah.
I thought we
No,
landed on
some-
haikus.
This one's not a poem.
I think
I'm
we
afraid.
landed on Miku's, where
Oh my gosh.
you were gonna dance and he was gonna sing.
Oh yeah. Did you have your sheet music?
You know, I have it memorized already, so no sheet music needed.
Wow, he really did work on it.
Yeah.
All right, so let me give the my shout outs, my thank yous to the artists who let their work be publicly available. If you like the music that you hear during this episode, we got music from Jean-Francois Racine from the music of Outward. Alistair Lindsay does the music of RimWorld. Cole Audio Solutions does the music of Kenshi. And we got Tabletop Audio from tabletopaudio.com. If you like any of the assets or the NPC tokens, I am using Ashen Victor's NPC portraits. I'm using Carolyn Diane's NPC Lancer tokens. I'm using sci-fi props and gadgets by Wildfur. We got character art made by our very own Elliot, and Blake made our overlay. And that's all I got. I do really appreciate the NPC Lancer tokens. They're just really nice for just throwing up enemies, and they have these nice little like 8-bit looking graphic effects. So
Yeah, they're dope.
They're rad.
Shall we jump right into the recap? It's pretty loose.
Just jump right into it.
Loose
Hell
and
yeah.
wild and free. I don't
wild
know
free.
too much of the details, so feel free to jump in and elaborate.
Feeling sexy and free.
Live fast, die
last,
young. Lancers do it well.
last time on Iron Horizons, the group had just secured a base camp, an old site in 100 Hollows that was previously managed by the expedition on the planet of New Opera, which was taken by the Jackals. They went there, they ousted the Jackals, they took over their big gun. After settling down there for a little bit and being plagued by a strange signal for some time, they took time to repair their mechs before they were hit by a counterattack from the Jackals. These were the Jackal Spectre class. They were skilled at hunting down specific targets, and they did some serious damage. Livewire's mech was destroyed in the fight, but they won in the end. And eventually the deployment team showed up and began to reestablish the base camp there at 100 Hollows. That's where they met Field Captain Dynamite, a young female captain who has expertise beyond her years. They get to work.
She does.
They get to work restoring their broken systems and using the printer and getting their stuff back up and running again before getting prepared for the next leg of the mission. Livewire gets a call from an old contact offering her info in exchange for exclusive info from the planet. And they get their sit rep from Dynamite before they push into an old access shaft into some maintenance tunnels beneath the surface of the planet of New Opera. Beneath the planet, they find a spiraling spiderweb-like network of tunnels and halls and server rooms, and they begin to explore and map out what is all in this space underground. Wells takes some time to explore an old shutdown server room. Everything here is either fried or destroyed or hasn't had power in a very long time. So he walks away with just a couple, I think you had a little CompCon unit you walked away with, or one little device
Yeah.
that you pocketed and went with you. The only thing that really seemed like it might be operational anymore. Meanwhile, the rest of the group pushed on, but they were being attacked by strange anomalies all the way through in paracausal forces. These strange forces would coalesce out of nowhere, just these lights that would come together and form enough to attack them, often causing heat damage to their mechs. Finally, they pushed their way into an old lab, which, if I remember correctly, was lab number 2 was the sign on the... You got as you push into this lab, you look around and see lots of old interfaces and components. And that's when a strange transmission came through. It was a broken up signal. I actually don't know how much of the voice came through, because when I play it, I don't know what gets cut out.
Yep.
So you got some information about another site somewhere deep in the compound. Lab 4, as you probably heard.
I got that.
And possibly connected to our very own Yandrew Danner in some way. Or at least that's what the group is thinking. Shortly after that transmission hit, once again, your radars began to freak out, and these strange forces began to once again form in front of you, forming a large creature of sorts that begins to attack. And that is where we start tonight's session. So, let me go ahead and pull up the map here. We're going to jump right on into it.
It's only been a week since we played, right? Or a week and a day?
Week and a day, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
only
been
been a week.
longer than that for some reason.
Yeah.
It does feel like it's been longer. True.
Because you missed us?
Oh, he didn't respond.
This is like Words with Friends all over again.
Don't even mention.
Man, my hair keeps pushing my headphones off my ears.
Your hair is iconic, Phoenix.
I'm getting it cut on Tuesday, so I don't know what that means, but okay.
Fair enough.
All right, here you can see the layout of the lab that you're pushing into. This space down here on the south side of the map, this is where you will be deploying to.
Okay.
This particular mission is a recon mission. So the goal here is to get the information that you need to secure the camp and secure the lab. And as you step in, you see that a couple of the systems are operational. You need to bring enough of these systems online that you can secure this location and prevent being attacked. There are exits from this lab. They're not all shown on this map. So this is just the grid where you'll be fighting. In a recon mission, there's 4 different objective zones. You can see those are the green zones. And this one is 2. This is like 1 zone altogether. I just draw it in the L shape. So the victory condition is at the end of the 6th round if you control the true control zone. And then at the end of the 6th round, if you don't control the true control zone, you lose. You'll be forced to die or retreat. So
I know what I'm
you know, okay, good. There's 4 control zones, which are those 4 green spaces, and one of them is the true control zone. You're not sure which one. While you're inside a control zone, you may take a full action to determine whether it is the true control zone. If there are only PCs within the true control zone, they control it. If there are characters from 2 or more sides within the control zone, it is contested. You will deploy first, and you choose your positions within your ally deploy zone, just down here. And next, I shall deploy enemy forces in the enemy deploy zone. The interesting thing about being in the lab here is any space that is not a control zone, these paracausal forces can show up. So a lot of these spaces, a lot of these rooms are all enemy deploy zones. All right, so go ahead and
So
get
question, is the
yeah, go ahead.
it's a full action to determine whether it's the real control zone or not, and there's no like fail chance. It's just if you use a full action while in a control zone, you learn.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, there's 4 of us and 4 control zones.
The paracausal anomaly that is forming in front of you is the amount of moving and spiraling. It seems particularly violent.
Sexy.
It's giving off bad vibes.
Alright. Can you unpause the game so we can position ourselves?
Hell yeah, I can. Done.
Oh. Oh no. Oh. Okay.
Everybody take your turn.
Let's strategize a second. Who's the fastest here?
I think me, probably.
Okay, then
Probably.
you should probably go over to the leftmost one because that looks to be the farthest away.
Does anyone
my
have any?
speed is
anyone have
6.
7? I have 7.
Okay.
You have 6, you have 7. So maybe one of you go left, one of you go right, and then Michael and I can take the middle ones. Just to find out which one is real. And then we can...
I wonder if splitting up that much is gonna leave some of us too vulnerable. I mean, I could probably go somewhere and come back with my like 25 HP and be fine.
Okay. I also have just a boatload of HP.
But the
don't
other
move.
2 of you are kind of squishy. So what if we split into 2 groups? One group went left, one group went right, and then we just moved more center from there.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Cool. So since both of us are kind of tankier, I guess one of us will go with Livewire and the other one will go with Sterilizer.
You go with Sterilizer because your fast Sterilizer is not as fast, and I'll go with Livewire. You know what I mean? Or should the fast people go together? Yeah, fast people go together. Me and Michael can stay together as well.
Okay, so which one's further? I guess we should go to the far left because it seems the furthest away.
Yeah.
Left seems furthest.
Okay. So I'm gonna start here.
Yeah, my speed is 5.
Do you mind if we start in front because we're slower?
Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine.
My speed is 4, so I'll be a step behind you, Michael. But okay, yeah. Deployed.
Chelsea says hi, but only to Michael.
Oh,
Hi,
Oh,
Chelsea!
wow.
I was about to say hi back.
Chelsea! Chelsea! Don't worry.
Can you ask Chelsea if it was about the one time where I called her a noob?
Richard wants to know if it's because of the one time that he called you a noob. She, sadly shakes her head yes and says, because I was playing Immortals Phoenix Rising, and I'm good at that game. So how dare you call me a noob?
Chelsea knows as well as I do that our relationship is built on mutual hostility.
She
I don't know
left
why
out.
she's mad.
She's not listening anymore. What?
What did he say? A relationship? You made up that fact once.
Wait, can you hear him?
Yes.
You can hear me right now?
Yeah.
What?
How?
Wow.
Like, pretty well.
Huh. Okay.
Oh my goodness. You know why? This whole time I was like, why is my headset? It's coming from my computer. I'm such a dumbass.
Hi, Chelsea. I tried to call you on your cell because you finally gave me your real number, but you chose not to answer. But that's cool. I just wanted to say hey and how cool I think you are. I'm always the first person to like your Instagram posts.
It's coming from
But
both.
neither here nor there. So if you ever want to call me back, you can. I'll answer. Bye, I love you.
What?
Sorry guys, I was taking a personal call.
How is it coming? How is it
We'll
coming
dock your
from
pay.
both?
I don't know.
Go. Not.
But I mean, would it be a session of Lancer without technical difficulties? I don't think so.
The first cut is the deepest. If you wanna try to love again,
All right. Well,
baby, I know.
I would hope that works. Okay, cool. So, are you guys deployed and ready to go?
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
I guess.
I'm going to deploy the enemies. We got one enemy who will deploy here. Boom. And we got a little friend as well.
Exotic Ultra Scourer. Okay. Hey,
Scourer?
remember
Sounds
how
good.
at the end of last session Phoenix said I didn't expect you guys to stay down here? I think he's making a fight that's really hard, so we have to go back upstairs.
Now we got this.
I believe in
Maybe-
you.
Maybe I should go first just to try to soak up those attacks.
That might be a good plan.
Unless they do heat damage, then
In which case, you're fucked. Well, they are the same thing as those. Well, they're the same idea as those ghosts, so might be.
And we know Braxton loves his ghosts.
Braxton does love some ghosts. Or rather, to pop the heads off some ghosts.
Braxton has developed a fondness of ghosts for one reason. Alrighty, and let me give this guy an extra patient. Bada boom. Okay, I think we're ready. Who would like to go first?
Go for
I
it,
will.
Cracky.
Alright. Bracky, let it rip.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I will attempt to Wait, 1 second. 1 second. Oh, I just leveled myself up on CompCon, but haven't imported it. But was thinking about my character as if I had leveled up, so I was like, "Where's my stuff?" Okay, so I will just attempt to grapple. This exotic ultra scourer.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna roll the grit one, because it turns out it's the same, right? Right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's right. And what do they roll again? They roll a hull against you, correct?
No, it's only if I succeed in the grapple, then to determine who's bigger.
Gotcha.
Bop. Does a 12 hit him?
12 hits.
All right, so I jump up to him. What size is he?
Size 1.
Oh, so I'm just bigger than him. No hull save required. So then I'm going to attack with my weapon.
Cool.
+2 accuracy with this. And I got a 5.
Miss.
Yo, don't worry. With my +2 accuracy, I rolled a 5, guys.
Super good. We're off to a good start.
You rolled double ones on your accuracy.
Yeah, I'm pissed about it. I'm pissed. Okay. But my brawler die ticks down to 5. And I am done.
Sweet. I am going to go ahead and take this little boy's turn. He's going to go ahead and start with a quick action. He is going to use investiture, and you see a strange string of ethereal energy connect him to the Scourer. This buffs the Scourer. And then he's going to use his other quick action to make a quick tech attack against you, Jaeger. So he rolls this attack. 17.
Yeah.
All right. You.
Oh, it does heat damage. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So, on a success, you take 3 heat each time you make any attack until the end of your next turn.
Any attack.
Technically, when you make a grapple, it says you have to make an attack, right?
Yeah, but he's already grappled, so.
That is true. But just in general. Cool, and that's all he's going to do for his turn. Who wants to go next?
I could try to vaporize the Grunt Priest on my way up if you want.
Do it.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I guess with that quick tech action, that replaces the invade, right? So
That is
he
the
doesn't
invade.
take. So he takes 2 heat in addition to
Anyway,
that.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, you take 2 heat from that attack, Jaeger.
Rough.
Oh no.
I'm gonna run up there. I'm gonna pull out my big gun and I'm gonna fire it at the exotic Grunt Priest. Who, might I add, I know it's 3 different words, exotic Grunt Priest, that sort of describe him, but it sounds like he is a priest of exotic grunts, which I think is kind of it's like, ooh, that grunt, quite.
The exotic grunt priest.
All right. 12 to hit.
And that is, yep, that's a hit.
16 damage.
All right, single shot, and the energy just pierces through. Energy dissipates. That connection it formed before also.
Oh,
Oh.
we win.
We win. Game
The connection it formed before also fades.
Sweet. And then I'm gonna do that overheat thing to move 4 more. Take
Okay.
Wait, is my Abjure thing gone? I missed it.
The
Or is that still-
Abjure is still active, but his investiture that he invoked on the anomaly, on the other anomaly, that one is faded.
Ah, okay.
Alright, that's me.
Sweet. All right. So, of course, this guy fell out of the
Oh,
turn.
fuck. I should have done it at the beginning of my turn. I would have Mjolnired, but I didn't, so I'll do it next turn.
All right. We'll take the first turn with the Ultra. So there's one difficulty on attacks against you, correct, Jaeger?
Yes, I have soft cover.
Cool.
Yeah. I forget how reactions work. How many do you get?
One
You get
per.
one of each per, more or less. You can only take one.
One of each.
Like, you can only brace once, or
Yeah.
overwatch
Okay.
once.
Cool.
Although, I think bracing gets rid of other reactions.
So with a heavy cannon, is it only a super heavy that needs to reload? Just a heavy is fine.
It would say
Okay.
loading on it.
Yeah.
It needs
Okay.
to reload.
Okay. That's
Super
what
heavy
I-
requires a barrage, but heavies can be fired on a quick, on a skirmish.
Oh shoot! I forgot about this system, but I'll just use it next time. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sweet. All right, so he's going to, as it draws back, you see most of it's sort of like this yellow gold floating energy, but there's a lance of blue energy that begins to form in the air, and it's going to, with a quick action, attempt to pierce you with this lance of blue energy, Jaeger.
Hmm.
So we'll roll with 1 difficulty, and it does take 4 heat damage, but it also rolls a 17 to hit.
That hits me.
Oh.
All right, you take 8 points of energy damage.
Ah, yes,
In
health
addition-
damage.
In addition, if you take an attack from it in the next round, you will take 7 burn damage.
What is burn damage?
It's
Burn
the
damage
worst
is
kind
one
of damage.
One that sets you on fire and continues to burn you until you make a... Is it a hull save to put it out?
I can check.
I think it's an
it's
engineer
engineering.
or engineer check to put it out.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've done burn damage, so I don't remember the system that well.
Keep it that way. Yeah, it's engineering. Checked.
Okay, cool. But even if it hits you again this round, it doesn't matter because it says when the scour hits targets, if they were also successfully hit with the lance in the previous round. So you're good if it hits you again this round.
Cool. Other than the 8 damage.
Yeah, of course.
And clearing heat, remind me, is a
You
full
can do
action,
it,
right?
You can do it on a stabilize. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And it's gonna just chill right there. Who wants to go next?
I feel like Winfield could be able to do some more damage than I could.
Yeah, I can scuttle my way over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, that still says 6.
Yeah, but it would be 7.
Yeah, 7. Oh yeah, because it's doing a straight line. And then I am going to... Actually, yeah, no, it doesn't matter because it's a smart gun. I'm going to use my smart gun to take a shot at the Scourer.
All right. Scourer. Maybe it's supposed to be Scourer?
Scourer.
Scourer.
I think it is supposed to be. I probably mistyped it.
Um,
Here, let me fix that.
This is against E defense.
There we go.
Ultra spicy
That-
boy. Cool.
That is a hit against E defense.
Okay, so 4 damage.
All right, 4 damage. It is completely nullified by the armor. And you just see your shot get splintered to shards across the weird body of energy that is this creature.
Fuck.
Alright, in that case, I'm going to use my second quick action to engage my Hunter's Lock.
Okay.
So that'll hopefully help us out later. And then to end my turn, I'm going to Omnigun for 1 damage, and that ignores armor.
Okay. Takes 1 point of damage. Oh, I forgot that I can't update it here, otherwise it doesn't update here. Sweet.
Alright, that's me.
Alright, it's going to take another turn.
Yeah.
Its second turn. It's going to go ahead and just fire another thermal lance into Jaeger. Once again, gets a difficulty on the attack, rolls a 21. That is a crit, so it gets an additional 6 points of damage.
It didn't get difficulty, though. It only did 1d20 plus 2. Not that it matters, but... It
No,
did
it did.
difficulty.
It did. It got rid of his accuracy.
Oh.
So you take 9 points of energy damage. It also overheats itself in doing so, because it takes 8 points of... Another 4 points of heat damage, so it will take a stress.
Just die. It rolled a 1. Does that matter?
No, that was on his additional damage.
Oh.
So that's 9 points for that second attack, Jaeger. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. You go ahead and roll. It does have the ability that it can roll twice, and it takes the one then at once. So it is either going to become exposed or no,
Become
it's not gonna.
exposed.
Yeah. Power plant becomes unstable. Your mech becomes exposed, taking double kinetic, explosive, and electric damage until the status is cleared. Oh, that's not great for it. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. It doesn't do that because at the start of its turn, it clears all heat if it doesn't move. So he would have cleared all of his heat on that turn. So he's actually only at 4 heat still.
Big stupid bastard. Uh-oh.
My bad.
Seems like grappling it actually played right into its plan, huh?
Yeah.
You finally
Okay.
found a ghost you couldn't punch.
I guess final is Livewire, right?
No.
No, I'm,
Not Livewire,
I
so
went.
Sterilizer.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do, because that 4 armor, pretty much can't do damage to him.
Just
Yeah, so I'm gonna do something else. 5. And then, let's see, I think I'll do... yeah, I'll do an invade action. Tech attack.
Okay. The tech attack against it receives +1 difficulty because this is an exotic.
Oh, sorry, I already rolled it. I
Okay,
can't
you can roll a d6. You can roll a d6 and subtract it. Honestly, doesn't matter. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hit anyway.
takes 2 heat right away.
Hey, there you go. Takes 2 heat.
2 heat, but I can make that. Let me double check real quick. I can make that with my core thing, which once I can freaking find it in this. Where's my core? Sorry. If they... oh no, it's fail a save. Never mind. It would be an additional 2, but that's not a fail a save. Okay, so I'm going to invade it and afflict it with a specialty thing called... I'm gonna shove it in. Well, let me read it first and see if it actually is beneficial. Because I don't really understand it, so maybe you guys gonna tell me real quick. Where's Sorry, I have a lot of systems, so it's hard to find the right one. Okay, eject power cores. Your target becomes... What does jammed do? Oh, that's abrupts their systems.
That's good.
Jammed. Oh, I wish I could look it up in Foundry, but I cannot.
I'm looking it up.
They can't talk, make attacks other than improvised attacks, grapple, ram, can't take reactions, and can't benefit from tech actions.
Or take them.
Yeah.
That's actually great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can jam him, and also make him eject all ammo magazines and cooling rods. However, characters adjacent to your target take 2 energy damage.
Oh.
It's fine. I can handle it.
Alright, he's jammed. Oh, I guess, like, ejecting his ammo casing and...
Those are
Energy
things that
rod.
you can have. Like, right now I have ammo casing, and a different character I have has fuel rods. So.
Got you. Well, this is a being of mostly energy, so...
Yeah.
Cool. The creature is jammed.
Okay, that was a quick attack. Quick tech.
So I took 2 damage from that.
Yeah, and I think... Oh, so does he.
Okay.
I don't... It doesn't say it ignores armor, so it probably doesn't.
Okay. Does not get through the armor, then.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't do damage to this guy, so I'm just gonna deploy a drone.
Alright.
And that's my turn.
Sweet. This thing will say soft cover, this big case here.
Cool.
Alright, is that it for you?
That's it for me.
Before the next round comes around, more of the energy whipping around the room forms into another creature.
Awesome. Oh.
Next round. And,
They get to start because we went last.
yep, once again I'm going to start the turn with this priest. It's first going to use a quick action to launch its dispersal shield on the ultra spicy boy. The dispersal shield releases a cloud of drones that begin to cluster around the already swirling energy. It gains resistance to damage and heat from the next 1d3 attacks that hit. So I will roll a d4 and subtract 1.
Monster.
3. Next 3 attacks that hit, it has resistance to. Give it a little marker. It is then going to use its tech attack, its other quick action on you, Yandrew, launching an abjure quick attack on you. Rolls an 11.
I'm almost sure that hits, but let me check. Yeah, my defense is 7.
Alright, sweet. So, first you take 2 heat from being invaded by its systems. In addition to that, each time you make an attack until the end of your next turn, you take 3 heat.
Cool.
And it's going to end its turn. Who wants to go next?
I could go.
I think for the best.
I'm down.
Jaeger, as you start your turn next to this anomaly, its repulsion field kicks into effect. You take 4 energy damage and 2 heat damage, and you must succeed on a system save or you become impaired until the end of your next turn.
Wow, this thing sucks.
I hate this guy.
Okay, well, before I do that, 2 heat damage.
Mm-hmm.
That does give me a stress.
Okay. He's doing you a stress right now.
He's really doing me a stress. So I got... Oh, nope. Just 1d6, thank you. A 2.
Oh, that's not awesome.
Alrighty. Let me pull this up here.
What does impaired mean?
Reference 2. Your mech suffers from the exposed status. You take double damage until you take an action to remove that condition.
Oh, wait a minute. I've had armor this whole time. How many instances of damage did I take? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Armor
I
doesn't
have-
block damage, correct?
yeah. Just my health is actually at 5.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
But you still pop
Okay.
from heat, right?
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
So you are now exposed.
6. So was it double damage? You said.
Correct. Double damage until you take a action to stabilize, right? To clear it.
Love it. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go.
You have to make a systems first, don't you? Or else.
Oh,
Yep.
right. Is systems the one that I have difficulty on? No. That's engineering. Bop. How's a 10?
10 does not make it.
Oh.
You are in
All
the
right.
air until the end of your turn.
I can't attack on this turn anyway.
Oh, until the end of your next turn. So
Technically, did that activate before his turn, or is he fucked for 2 turns?
when you start your turn adjacent to it, you succeed on the save or become impaired till the end of your next turn. So you're impaired for a while.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
As you move away, it's going to.
No. He's grappled. He's coming with me.
He's pulling.
Okay. You pull him over here.
And then I'm gonna dash.
Well, even if you begin movement, can you?
You're engaged, I think. I think grappling supersedes that.
Okay. Just making sure.
Oh.
I pull him another 6.
You're really just pulling him away.
And then I'm going to use my quick action to prepare something.
All right.
I'm going to prepare a ram when he starts his next turn.
Okay. Cool. So the rest of you just see Jaeger with the grapple run full speed into the next room holding this strange ethereal being.
Bye.
Cradling the baby, runs away.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. That's going to be his turn right after yours.
Alright, I'm gonna ram him. Okay, so...
Or your...
have-
I believe that protocols would happen before your prepared action, which means that he is able to clear his status. He's going to clear his jam status before you take your turn.
Okay, so I ram him
Cool.
with 1 difficulty because I'm impaired.
Sweet.
How's a 0?
Does not ram.
A 0 doesn't hit?
Who would have guessed? The music died, by the way.
Alright, so... I do not, in fact, knock him back and prone.
Oh, tragic.
But...
I wonder if it's a song that just takes a while to come in.
It sounds
Well, we
fully
just-
silent to me.
How long has it been quiet for? A minute?
No.
A bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a full minute, but like 20 seconds.
We get rid of that song and start over.
But we did decide last session that my brawler die ticks down when I make
Yes.
the attack, not if I hit with it. Okay, so I still made a ram attack,
Yep.
so
Yep.
it still ticks down.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so it's going to finish with its turn. Because you moved it, it does not get to clear its heat for free.
Heyo.
Haha.
It is going to punch you with its thermal lance, however.
It's fine.
It's-
I'm not even mad about it.
Its difficulty rolls an 11,
My evasion is 10.
Oh.
so that hits. So that means you are going to take 8 energy damage and 7 burn damage because you were hit.
16
previous
energy
Wait
damage.
for it.
Wait, since he's jammed, he can't make attacks other than improvised
He
attack.
cleared
He
the
cleared
Oh, he
damage.
cleared it?
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't.
Also, aren't you exposed? So you take 16 instead of 8 energy damage.
Yeah. So that's fine. So only 15, because I do have 1 armor.
Okay. All right.
So that gives me 1 structure damage. I rolled for my custom paint job. It did not trigger.
Oh.
So then I go back to full health and then lose another 10. So I'm at 14.
And you have
Does,
to roll for
um,
stress.
Yeah.
Roll for my structure damage.
Yeah. Oh!
Uh-oh, boys.
Uh-oh.
It's very bad.
All right, so you rolled a 1, which means you have to now roll another d6. Oh, no, never mind. It depends on how much structure your mech has remaining. How much structure do you have remaining?
3.
Your mech is stunned until the end of your next turn.
Alright, well that impaired doesn't matter. Because I'll be stunned the whole time anyway, baby. Man, I'm getting railed.
All right, cool. As well, you also take 7 burn damage as well from his focus down ability. So burn damage, remind me, does that go to the reactor or does that go to the health?
Health. Yeah.
Okay, and is that doubled by exposed? I don't know if exposed doubles
Well,
burn damage.
Check. It'll say specifically under exposed. Yeah.
Check real quick.
Burn does ignore armor also.
And burn ignores
Good.
armor.
Take 7 burn, and then you have to just put 7 burn up on your sheet too, because you might take
Kinetic,
more burn.
kinetic, explosive, or energy.
Cool.
Okay,
now
so this burn is not doubled, but you do take 7 points of damage.
Love it.
At the end. So burn is at the end of your turn. You take. I gotta double check the rules on burn.
Yeah,
It's
I
been
got
so
it.
long
At the end of their
since I've run
turn, characters with burn marked must roll an engineering check. On success, they clear all burn currently marked. Otherwise, they take burn damage equal to the amount of burn currently marked.
it. Okay.
So it's just recurring damage.
Yeah. So
How
it's
much
7 damage now. If you don't clear it, it'll be 14 damage the next.
Yeah.
I'm stunned next turn.
Yeah.
You still get to try to clear at the end of your turn, but you will be.
Oh, you mean with the engineering check that I have disadvantage on because of my mech?
Yes, that's the one.
Ah, good, good.
Hey, remember
All
that
right.
theory that I said at the beginning about this fight? I think I was right, guys.
Dang.
So that was its first turn this round, correct? I think
Yeah.
so.
Sure
Livewire,
was.
Sailor, Yandrew, you all have turns. What would you like to do? It is round 2. Keep in mind the objective of this fight.
Honestly, it is bad vibes over here. So, like, the most anyone could save me from blowing up and dying, the better.
I have nothing I can help you with. I'm too far away, so somebody else should take it.
Yeah, I literally cannot do damage to him.
That's you, Livewire.
I also can't do damage to it. The only thing I could use my anti-material rifle, but I can only shoot it before I move, and this corner is blocking me right now.
Can you tech attack him to make him overheat?
Me?
Anyone.
I mean, like,
Sorry, what do you add to tech attack? Oh, it's just a tech attack.
It's a tech attack
Yeah.
roll.
Range on that
Wait,
is
if he-
sensors.
Sensors.
If he thermal lanced me and couldn't clear his heat at the beginning of this turn, does he
Oh, you're
overheat?
absolutely right. You're absolutely right. He would have taken 1 heat from the last turn. So so it's interesting. He does take 1 stress damage. His heat is now at there, and he takes the overheat roll. He rolls a 2, becoming exposed, taking double kinetic, explosive, and electric damage until the exposed status is cleared.
So now we
In
can't hurt him because of exposed.
When he overheats, his cool. No, his emergency vent modules kick in, and he becomes invisible until the start of his next turn.
Ah!
Hmm.
Now I'm really wishing I would have done my big boy attack onto him, the fucking ultra spicy motherfucker. Jesus.
Okay, well, I mean, I can gamble with the invisibility to try to get some damage while he's exposed.
Oh, and I forgot to mention, there is one other thing that happens.
Oh.
As his heat begins to boil over, the particles that make up his body become more volatile, begin to move around more and more. As a result, his Argus armor is less effective.
See, when you said there's more, I thought it was going to be bad for us, but that's actually pretty good for
I know.
us.
I said it in a way that I wanted you to think is going to be bad for a second.
I mean,
Hey, things are bad enough actually. You don't have to.
Yeah, Livewire, you might be able to snipe him real good with a good shot here. Less armor
Yeah.
and double
Yeah.
damage.
is Braxton still grappling him?
Yes, I am.
Braxton is
I don't know if you can if you're stunned. If it's like D&D, you gotta drop him, but I don't know if it's like D&D.
I mean, everything's like D&D, right? That's how it's supposed. That's how all tabletops are.
All
Everything
tabletops
compared
are
to.
D&D.
I hate it when my fighter in Clue doesn't get his second attack action until 5th level.
Clue's not a fucking RPG, dude.
Clue is a tabletop RPG. Am I wrong? There's role playing.
There's not role
Yeah.
playing though, but there's not.
Then if there's not role playing, you're playing Clue wrong. If you're not doing voices when you're Colonel Mustard, what are you doing?
I would never be Colonel Mustard. Are you kidding me?
How dare you?
I will be Miss Scarlet, and I will be happy about it.
I like.
Okay,
Professor
that's
Plum.
fine. But Colonel Mustard is a respectable older gentleman.
Miss Scarlet is a woman.
That is true.
I like Professor Plum best.
that says a lot about you.
I know, and I don't like what it says about me.
So
Alright.
if is he grappled or no?
Oh, Blake, did you find an answer for that?
I
one?
didn't, because I don't know where the status effects are on that one.
Oh, okay.
That's your call, I think.
I can quickly pull up grapple. It'll take but a second.
Because stunned is a condition? Or a status? It's not on CompCon, so...
Done. Stuns in CompCon. I see it. It's under the statuses. Stunned mechs cannot overcharge, move, or take any actions, including free actions or reactions. Pilots can still mount, dismount, or eject from stun mechs and take actions normally. Stun mechs with a maximum of 5 evasion automatically fail hull and agility checks and saves. It doesn't say the grapple end, but
Probably fine, then.
if they can't take actions, I mean, I guess it would be in the rules of grapple. Do you have the rules for grapple handy, Richard? For your mech? Does it say that?
Yeah, so the only action involved is if we're the same size. We have to make contested hull checks.
But do you have anywhere in the grapple text where it says if stunned, the grapple ends?
No.
No.
All right, so you're frozen in a headlock. The thing is still grappled.
I couldn't do damage, but I could have moved the mech away from him, but now I can.
Let's just have Livewire snipe it while
Yeah,
it's...
I'll just take a shot then. I'll move 1 here. Does that give me line of sight on the priest as well? Actually, wait, that doesn't matter. Line of sight doesn't affect most of my weapons. Okay, so I'm going to smart gun the ultra spicy boy.
Okay.
I love seeing Winfield's little Jenna scroll go around as he tries to click on things.
I know, everyone has their little thing
Oh.
off.
How do you wait? I thought mine was off.
No, it's fine. I know. Just do the
It's
attack.
fine.
It doesn't matter.
It's
Okay.
Alt C.
I'm just checking my hunter's luck because I actually kind of forget what it does. Okay, so
Heyo.
How does
20.
it hit?
So That's going to be 4 damage plus 3 for my Hunter's Lock. And since it was since it was a 20, I get some bonus things that are going to happen too.
So it's 7 altogether, correct?
7 altogether, yeah.
Are you consuming the Hunter's Lock? Lock on? Is that
No,
is that
Hunter's Lock isn't a lock on. No,
Okay.
I just do 3 bonus damage until it dies or
Sweet.
until I break it.
And that is all double. Oh well, so you're gonna have to roll to see if it hits. So I'll go ahead and roll a
But
d4.
it's seeking. Does that have anything?
No, I think that's
I
just
just means I can shoot around corners and stuff.
I wish that I could look it up in Boundary. That'd be great, but I can't.
Also, the music is gone again, but that's not as important.
Is it not shuffling anymore and just playing? Oh, I see why.
It keeps telling me that I lack permission to update the playlist. I'm like, I wasn't trying.
Oh,
Yeah,
I like stop making changes to it, so whenever I do that, I don't know, it's just weird. Bad module. Yandrew Danner. It should stop doing that.
That's funny. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, if someone has the rules for seeking handy, they can check. I don't think it helps.
It's just for line of sight stuff.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and roll, and if it's like I said, if it rolls high, you hit. Rolls low, you miss.
Okay.
High, you hit.
All right.
All right,
So cool.
It's exposed, so that's gonna do double damage.
All right, and then also, I don't know how this affects grapple, but my crits do have knockback 1.
So they'd both just move.
I think that is technically going to push it out of the grapple.
But into his loving embrace even further.
Yeah, how would that work? Well, it just sort of pushed into Braxton's stunned mech, but the force of it jostles it out of the grapple. I think when something is moved involuntarily, it pushes them out of a grapple.
It's just when they break adjacency, according to the grapple rules.
Oh, really? Okay, well, then it's still grappled. And it's not going to go anywhere because...
Yeah, I was gonna say, because I've done like my movement hack before with someone grappled and it just dragged someone along.
Oh, okay. It should... I don't think you should move both of them, according to the rules, right? It just moves the one. In this case, it's just a jostle.
Okay.
It's still 14 damage, though.
14 damage then.
Alright, cool. I'll go ahead and apply that damage.
Ew! Ha! Only that! Look how little health he has! Oh, stream can't see it.
And then I'm gonna, as a free action, use my auto gun as well.
Right?
Ooh, probably not.
Yeah, it's gonna be a miss.
Okay. So then, as protocol, I'm gonna unshackle my Omnigun and then take 3 shots with it. And that's just 1 damage each.
And that one can be blocked by armor, correct?
Omnigun cannot be blocked by armor.
Okay, so 3 points of damage is enough.
6 even.
That
Or isn't it 6 points of damage?
I don't think the Omnigun gets doubled.
what type of damage?
I don't. It doesn't have a damage type.
1 AP kinetic damage.
Oh, yeah, kinetic.
Oh, alright, then it does 6 points of damage. That is enough. It's not a weapon attack, so invisibility by rules as written does not apply. Which means that it is going to take 1 structure damage. 6. It's impaired, but only to the end of its next turn. However, as a result of taking a structure damage, once again, its Argus armor takes another hit, and it further weakens its armor.
Cool.
All right.
That's gonna be everything for me.
All right, it's going to take its next turn.
Wish it wouldn't.
All right, first it's going to clear one of its statuses, and it's going to go ahead and clear expose. Oh goodness, wow, it's impaired, so it has disadvantage on an attack. It is no longer invisible. And oh, you know what? I totally forgot about the resistance to the next 3 attacks that it should have gotten.
Don't worry about it. Not a big deal.
Yeah, it seems like a you problem.
Yeah.
I'll leave it on there for the next 3 attacks. How about that?
Okay.
It's going to go ahead and punch Jaeger with yet another thermal lance.
Fuck.
And doing so, it's going to take 4 heat. And it is going to... I'm assuming it takes the heat whether it hits or misses, right?
Yeah, you take heat on that weapon attack. Not weapon
Ah!
Hey!
My evasion is only 5 because I'm stunned, you idiot. You still missed.
You still missed. With its other quick tech. Oh, you guys are kind of far away, huh?
Yeah.
But you're so far away.
It's going to... Just gonna do nothing. It's just gonna chill right there. Alright,
It can use a quick action to try to break grapple. That's a thing it can do if it wants.
Oh, it
I
can
don't
also
know
just
why
quick
I told you
action.
that, but...
It can also quick action invade, right?
Yeah, just a fragment signal, whatever.
Fragment signal. It's gonna try and fragment signal you.
But isn't
Yeah,
Signal a bug attack, and so isn't Steel resistant?
Fair
It
enough.
would be if we were playing a different tabletop RPG.
Yeah, the Pokemon tabletop RPG.
Oh, that'd be tight.
I'd play
I'm
that.
sure it exists.
They
Don't
probably just
stick.
say Pokemon, or otherwise Nintendo
Against
will.
who? Sorry,
Yeah.
who's it attacking?
Oh, against Jaeger. Roll a 6. What's your E-defense?
My defense is 6.
Fuck!
Take 2 heat damage, and you are invaded.
2 heat, huh? Alright, I'm in the danger zone, baby.
In the danger zone. It did not hit you with the thermal lance this turn, so it was not able to stack another 7 heat damage on you. Well, it hit you this turn, just not this round. Not this attack. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
This round, not this turn.
It hit you this round, not this turn. Okay, yeah, correct. Alright, Sterilizer Yandrew, who likes to go next?
I have no.
Hey, so I know just a couple of seconds ago I was very gung-ho about staying here, but I'd rather, take some time and not lose a friend over trying to get my brother back, so do we want to get the fuck out of here?
No answer.
I mean, I got the gun again. That's all I got. So I'm fine with leaving.
Wait, I didn't hear what you said there, Jaeger.
That's not my call sign.
No, but Jaeger also said something.
No, I didn't say anything.
Oops.
I'm in a bad way, but I feel like with a little bit of time off of this guy, I could rally and we could do this.
Okay. Sure. Let's.
But maybe we should all head the same direction, not split up. Seems like splitting up's gonna be bad vibes.
Okay. We also don't really have that much time left.
It's round 2 till the end of round 6.
Yeah, but if we lose, we can just run away in flavor,
Yeah.
as long as we don't die before then. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna start
Do it.
by launching my caltrips here. So
Okay, what's the burst on that one?
1.
Burst 1. Alright, great. Let me place that for... It's burst 1, not blast 1.
Well,
I think it's actually blast 1, because it's not
telling
coming
question.
from...
It's not coming from me. It's blast 1. Yeah.
There you go. Cool, okay.
Cool. Then I'm going to. Well, I guess I'll turn on my Thunder God core system first. And then I'll do that, and then I'll run to here, and then I'll boost to here, and I get to freely reload my Cyclone Pulse Rifle because I did not make any attacks or cause any saves this turn, and load 2 shots into my Mjolnir, and use my Roland Chamber. So, that's me.
Alright, Sterilizer.
Okay, I'll move 5. I'll do a quick deploy of my Tempest drone here. No. Here. And so, since it's the first time near that Tempest drone, can that little guy right there, can he make a what's the save?
Whole save?
Yeah, whole save.
5.
Hey,
Okay.
nice combo, dude.
So since he failed that whole save, first he failed a save for me, so he takes 2 heat.
Okay.
And then he takes 4 energy. Oh, he takes 4 energy damage and is knocked 3 spaces directly away from the drone.
And that will put him into the range of my Caltrop, so he is going to take 2 AP explosive damage.
Okay. With just a whoosh of energy from the drone, this thing is blashed back, thrown backwards. There's a big spark of AP energy, and this thing just gets fried.
Hey, good combo!
What do you mean? We're not doing the mambo here.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna have this drone move 4. That's where you are. 4. And I still have another thing, so I'm gonna deploy a different drone. And that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. That's going to bring us to the next round. But before that happens, yet another priest appears, deploys.
Uh-oh.
You hate to see it.
Well, it's good knowing you.
You hate to see it. Round 3. All right, we are going to start the round with the exotic. Top of his round, he is first going to clear his impaired condition, and since he did not move since the last round, he is going to drop to 0 heat. He is then going to gain 4 heat as he tries to, once again, thermal lance Jaeger. He rolls. He still has a difficulty on his roll. He rolls a 12.
That hits.
That's going to be a hit. Are you still exposed?
Yep. And I'm
All right.
stunned, so I can't even take reactions.
All right, so you're going to take 16 energy damage.
That's chill, that's chill, that's chill. Hey, he actually doesn't do structure damage to me. He scratches my paint job, and I remain at
Hell
1.
yeah! Fuck yeah,
Nice.
dude!
You also take 7 heat damage. 7.
Had that painted on there! Damn it!
I think the burn damage is separate, so you will take that afterward.
Do I? Let's be honest.
Hard to take 7 burn if they're also successful. Yeah, I think so. I'm being honest.
When you take structure damage, wait, I roll a 6. If I roll a 6, I return to 1 HP and ignore the damage. Yeah, it's a different instance of damage, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so, well, I still do take structure damage. but not nearly as much. So there's that.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm at 8. I took 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you have 14
All right.
You have 14 burns, so if you don't make the engineer check on your turn, you'll take another 14 burn damage.
I love that. I love that for me.
You are on fire. Your mech is
Hey,
inferno.
a 4 is not bad with my structure damage, right?
No, 4 is not terrible, I believe. Let's see.
Just lose a
4 means you have system trauma. So parts of your mech are destroyed by the damage. Roll a d6. On 1 to 3, all the weapons on one mount are destroyed. On 4 to 6, you lose a system.
5.
5. So that means you lose a system.
Oh, I can't lose my custom paint job. Dang. I'm gonna lose my expanded compartment.
The
Alright.
back chair just explodes.
Back
No.
seat's on fire.
He destroyed the shotgun seat. I'm furious about it.
All right. Cool. And then with his other quick action, line of sight. He just barely has line of sight on that one deployable turret that's out there. He's going to go ahead and use his melt action. He makes a ranged attack against a deployable or drone. Makes a ranged attack. I guess he just gets to add his grit to that, right?
It's the same as the
Grit.
grapple.
I mean, he's an NPC, so he doesn't really have grit the same way that you do.
So it's a D20. You get fucked, buddy.
Let's roll and see if he hits that mech.
No.
Nah.
He misses.
He melts
terribly.
himself, actually. Bye-bye.
All right, that's gonna be it for his turn. Who wants to go next?
Livewire, you want to try to fry this boy again?
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, I can take, because my autogun's a free action, so I can take 3 attacks and get rid of that shield on him. Alright. I am going to use my crack shot ability to get an extra accuracy, and then I'm going to take a shot with my anti-material rifle.
All right.
Does
12
it?
hits. Yes, it does. Armor piercing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then plus an additional 3 from the Hunter's Lock, so resistance halves the damage?
Correct.
Okay.
Rounded
Round it
Up.
up. So takes 6 points of damage.
And then the next instance of damage he takes is 3 from this turret.
Yeah.
So he takes another 3 points from the turret.
Yeah. Which he
Resistance
resists.
too.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that a separate, or is that tacked onto this attack?
It's a separate.
Okay, so that means it totally takes 8 points damage from both those hits.
Alright.
Well, the separate one is then blocked by his armor.
Sure.
But it still
Yeah,
uses
but
up that resistance thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, true, very true. Yeah, it does. Okay.
Okay. Second attack is going to be with my smart gun.
13 hits.
Alright.
4 points of damage. It is completely resisted and then eaten by his armor, doing no damage.
Okay.
But he's
But
out of
his-
resistances now.
Resistance drones are all gone. Correct.
Wait, so that was 7 though, right? Not 4?
It would have been 7, yeah, because of the Hunter's Lock.
Oh, it would have been 7, right? So then he actually took a little bit of damage, and now his resistance is all gone.
Okay. And then final attack free action with the autogun.
15's hit as well. 3. That becomes a 6.
Yep.
Okay, and the armor does reduce that damage a little bit.
Oh, so
He's
close.
close, though.
And then let me
Dude, overheat if you have to.
I'm just checking something. Checking the range on my. Range and line of sight. Yeah, no, I know. Okay, so yeah, no, 3 Omnigun shots. Which again, it's just 3 damage, can't be reduced or ignored.
1, 2, 3. 3 damage is enough. So he takes 1 more structure damage.
How much fucking structure does this guy have?
His armor gets reduced. His Argus armor gets reduced even further, and he now takes a structure damage. He gets to roll twice and choose which outcome he wants. He's definitely going to take the 3 over the 1. He has to roll a d3. He rolls a d6. He rolls a 1. All weapons on 1 mount of his choice are destroyed. He has 1 mount, and that is his thermal lance.
Fuck your thermal lance, buddy!
It is
Well, at least now in his turn, he'll just have to improvised attack me.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Overcharging what gets me 1 more action
Mm-hmm.
at the cost of heat, right?
1 heat, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, why not? Sure. I'll take the 1 heat and overcharge.
Yandrew, did you do any attacks after you got
I didn't.
hit by that heat thing?
I just
okay.
threw out my caltrops and ran.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll take that 1 heat,
Cool.
and then I'll take another shot with the smart gun. $17.
17 hits.
Alright, so that's another 7 damage.
7.
Gotta be
He
reduced.
has, without the Argus armor, he still has some armor.
Fucker. Motherfucker.
Alright, that's gonna be me.
That's a good turn.
On its turn. It's gonna take its turn next. The energy swirls about it, and its thermal lances rebuilt.
What?!
Well, that's a full action, right?
It's gotta be a full action.
Yeah, it's a full action, right? Doesn't just happen for free. That'd be ridiculous.
So at the start of its turn, it clears its heat, thanks to its cooling module, and oh no! At the end of its turn, it can repair a destroyed weapon or system. So it doesn't get it for this turn.
Fuck the spicy boy.
Alright. I'm not gonna take his turn then. I'm gonna give him his heat back, and he's not gonna take his turn yet. Instead, we're gonna take the priest's turn. The priest is going to hit Jaeger with an abjure attack. That's a 6 to invade. 6 to tech attack.
Yeah, that's my E defense.
Alright, so you take 2 heat damage, and until the end of your next turn, every attack you make, you take 3 heat.
That was for my stress.
Oh
Roll the 1
no.
for your stress.
Oh no. Oh no.
Alrighty, how much? What's your reactor at?
2 out of 4.
Your mech must pass an engineering check or suffer a reactor meltdown. Go ahead and roll an engineering check.
Oh no, he's bad at those.
What do I need to make?
10. You need to make a 10.
Oh, just a 10? It's fine.
Your just red lights begin flashing inside of your mech as your reactor begins to go out of control. You know that an explosion is impending. You have until at the end of the 4th turn, so the end of round 7, your reactor will explode.
Oh, so it's fine because there's only 6.
Oh yeah, that's chill, whatever. Ain't no thing.
Oh no, excuse me. Turns, not rounds.
Oh.
In the next 4 turns. You can reverse it by taking a full action and repeating this check. Even on a successful check, your mech suffers from the exposed condition until you take an action to remove it. So...
Joke's on you, I'm already exposed. But I am stunned.
you have till
So
the end of... What are you not stunned anymore? Till
He
the
just
end of your
he hasn't gotten to take a turn.
I haven't gotten a turn yet.
Alright. So that's that thing's turn. Jaeger, Sterilizer, Yandrew. Who would like to go next?
We gotta think about this, guys.
Okay, so there's 4 turns left in this round, so I blow up at the end of this round.
We gotta get you out of your mech
Correct.
and away from your mech before the turn ends.
Or you can stabilize it.
How likely is that, though?
So on my turn, I can dismount.
Yeah, you can just get out. Wait, Michael, you
And
can
just
move
beside
mechs,
it.
right? You can
Yeah, I know. I was gonna move it. Yeah.
do that. Let's do that.
So should I go now and
Yeah, get out of there.
get out? But I'm gonna be right next to the ultra spicy boy, out of my mech.
But he doesn't have a weapon, so it's okay.
No, okay, but he is about to get it back.
But at the end of his turn, he gets it back.
Yeah, and then he'll get to go before I do next round.
Yeah, but don't worry about that. That
I mean,
we need to
technically-
worry about later.
Technically, he won't be able to move because technically, if you dismount, you'll still be grappled.
By
Mech,
young man.
yeah, the mech is stunned and grappling it still.
But
Yeah, and like,
just run. Hide behind one of those
All right.
crates.
So I can get out and I still have my movement,
Yeah.
right?
Are you taking your turn, Jaeger?
I think I should.
you can do a quick action and eject and fly 6 spaces in the direction of your choice from your mech.
I can't do a quick action
Oh, he's stunned. Yep.
because I'm stunned.
Just get out and run, dude.
Okay, my speed is 3.
Okay.
Regardless, at the top of the round, the repulsion field kicks in.
Fucking.
You take 4 energy damage and 2 heat damage. You have to make a system save.
4 energy and 2 heat, huh?
That's right.
So actually 8 energy?
Yeah, you're super R exposed.
Yes, 8 energy.
Does it get reduced by my armor?
Yeah, armor reduces energy.
Nice. And 2 heat?
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Okay, I get out.
Your mech is
So-
flaming. It's already it has 14 points of burn damage stacked up on it.
Yeah, it's gonna go bad for it pretty soon, huh? So yeah, I just get out right here.
Okay, let me place a little token for you.
What can I even do as a me?
You can,
What actions can I take?
You can shoot your shitty pilot guns. Not that will do anything, but I'd recommend just getting the fuck out of there, dog.
Alright. And I have 3. Am I able to squeeze back into here?
Yeah, if you can move that far.
Can't. If I squeeze into here, will I have cover?
Against something adjacent to you? Probably not. But against something firing, yes.
Okay, 1, 2. Oh, I could go into there.
It's virtually the
I like-
same, though, isn't it?
Oh, wait, look, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, boom.
Hide.
You run,
I'm hiding, baby.
jump, and hide. You are starting your movement.
No, he's not.
Don't worry,
here.
he does not have a Overwatch on his ability, so you're good.
Okay, so I guess that's my turn.
All right.
I
at the
can't
end of
like
your
force
turn-
another. I can't like force another quick action, right? Because I'm just me.
You've already
not
used
my
a
mech.
full action too.
Yeah. At the end of your turn, your mech takes 14 points of burn damage as the flames just erupt.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fine. That's for my structure damage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Let me look at the. You rolled a 3. For structure, you should be rolling every time you take structure. If you have 2 structure damage already, you roll 2 and take the lower of the rolls.
Right. Okay. So here's the second one, and this is my 3rd structure damage. So do I roll a 3rd one as well?
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't get much lower than 1.
So how much structure do you have left?
1.
All right. Guess what? The countdown stops because your mech just crumbles to the ground in a flaming heap. The core is unable to explode, but your mech is just a flaming pile of slag on the ground.
Cool.
All right.
Anyone got a spare compartment?
No.
Nope. That is going to bring us to the Anomalies' turn.
I just got destroyed.
Yeah.
Let's see. It is going to.
Hey, look, we're big targets over here. Hey, look at us. We'll come hit us.
First is going to try and roll a. Alright, it does not recharge its melt. Let's see, who is it going to go for? Alright, Braxton, it's going for you. It is going to move.
At least it doesn't have a weapon.
You gonna come and punch me? That'd serve me right. Honestly, that'd serve me right.
It's going to try and squeeze into the space as well. It really can't fit as well. So I'm going to give you hard cover against it as it's trying to squeeze in and get to you. So it's going to go ahead and roll an attack with 2 difficulty. 8. What's your pilot stat?
My evasion is 6.
So it is going to hit you, and I think on that improvised attack it just does a d6 plus 2, I'm pretty sure, for its hull.
I think
Or is it just a d6?
I don't know.
I rolled a 2.
it's just 1d6.
Okay. It does 2 points of damage to you. You probably have armor on your hard suit as well.
Oh yeah, it does no damage to me.
Alright, your hard suit completely protects you as its ethereal fist punches you. At the end of its turn, it regrows its lance.
Oh, fuck!
That's a big lance you got there, buddy.
Oh, no!
It is going to, at the start of its turn, clear the... well, is your Hunter's Mark not really a condition, so...
Yeah, no. It can't get rid of it, I don't think.
Okay, cool. Alright, Sterilizer Yandrew, both of you have a turn.
Can you
I'll
move
go.
me? Because I can do Big Boy Blast unless you have a plan to kill him right away.
I can move you 6 spaces.
That's all I need.
Where? Oh, Yandrew went to the other room, I see.
Yeah,
Would you rather I take it my turn to move you and then have an enemy move, or do you want me to move the enemy away from Braxton?
That's a better plan, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you get him really close into the hallway, I might be able to have a chance to get a big shot off on him anyway.
Okay. So I'm gonna take some heat to do a free action boost. Go 10.
Okay. Keep in mind it is round 3 and you have till round 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in it to win anymore.
We have
I'm
a
in it-
priority here.
Okay, alright.
And I'm gonna tech attack Stupid boy.
Roll with a D6. You do have difficulty on tech attacks against Spicy Boy.
Great. D6.
11.
It's still a hit.
That's 2 heat.
Okay.
First off.
2 heat, and then he is going to be moved 6 spaces in my direction of my choice.
All right. Which direction would you like to move him?
Me direction.
All right. How about to here?
That is good enough for me. Can I just see? Yep, that's close enough. I'm gonna deploy one of my turrets. I'm gonna deploy my snare drone, so I'm gonna want him to take a agility save.
All right. He will make an agility save. 19.
Oh wow. Nothing happened.
Alrighty. Oh no, Outlook, don't you open. Time for work. Anything else?
That's all I can do. I already took a burn. You can't do 2, so.
Alright, that will be Yandrew's turn.
Okay. I am going to do another overheat to boost for 1 heat damage. Okay.
Alright.
Fine. And that boost will get me here. And I'm gonna just say,
Duck!
and fire my Cyclone Pulse Rifle at the guy.
Okay. Everyone sort of hits the deck for a second as your pulse rifle.
It has been loaded with the Roland chamber, so it's gonna do some shit if it does hit.
All right.
But,
Go ahead and roll to see if it hits.
okay, come on, baby. Yeah.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, it's gonna do 14 points of kinetic damage plus 4 explosive bonus damage, and it has to succeed on a hull save or be knocked prone if it survives.
Okay, so first thing that happens is that it does end up taking another structure damage. It is going to go ahead and it does get to roll twice and take its preferred result.
Shouldn't it be rolling 1,000,000 times because of the structure?
It is.
Oh.
It takes when I roll the over
Gotcha.
the structure macro, it does
I
it.
see that. Yeah, cool.
All right, so 4 to 6. So it's gonna go ahead and roll a d6, and it rolls a 6. So a system is destroyed. It is going to destroy its ablative shielding, so it is no longer resistant to energy damage.
Okay.
He's gonna take another 3 damage from my turret.
He also has to make a hull save.
And he has to make a hull. I'll do the hull save first. What was a 12 on the hull save?
Let's see what my save target is. 12, so he's fine. Not prone.
Okay. Takes the extra damage from the other thing. Anything else?
I believe that's my whole turn, though I do get to load 2 more rounds into my chest gun.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's it. Damn, I was hoping that would be it.
All right. As the turn ends, yet another anomaly coalesces.
Yeah? Okay, it's just a priest. That's fine.
And that's going to bring us to round 4. We are going to start with the Ultra Spicy Boy. When this turret landed next to it, I should have done this earlier, it gets hit by the repulsion field. So it takes 4 energy damage and 2 heat damage.
Okay, so cool. It has 15 health.
Okay.
So, okay.
And it has to roll a system save where it's impaired till the end of its next turn.
Okay, it uses my... If it uses my E-defense, does it use my systems? I don't know.
Yes.
Sure.
Do I get
Alright.
2 turns as Braxton?
Oh, I don't know why I have 2 turns.
I'll take him.
No. No. You don't get to take them. This spicy boy is going to roll to see if it recharges its melt. It does not. It is going to move to here. And its thermal lance has range, so it's going to fire it at Sterilizer. It will have 1 difficulty on it because it is adjacent to another creature. It's a 10 to hit with the thermal lance.
A 10, you say?
Oh, it actually melts itself with that. Oh no, it would have cleared its heat at the start of the round. No, you moved it, so it does not. So we actually will take a stress.
How much motherfucking stress does this guy have?
He's been going back and forth between stress and structure, so he's good. He's been spreading it out so well.
It hits me.
Okay, so you're gonna take 8 points of AP damage, and if you take another hit from it next turn, you take 7 burn on top of that. Not AP, excuse me, 8 energy. Alright, so he's going to use his overheat. He gets to roll twice and take his preferred result. He's going to take the 3. He becomes exposed until he takes the time to clear the status.
And invisible.
And he goes invisible. That is correct.
Is that the end of his turn?
That's the end of his turn.
Then he must make another agility save.
Makes another agility save. 10.
That fails. He takes 2 heat and is what's the exact wording? And he is immobilized.
And he is immobilized. Cool. Who wants to go next?
Maybe Livewire with the big damage for the blowing him up while he's exposed.
Explosed.
Explosion.
Alright. So I don't have my anti-material rifle, but I do still have my smart gun.
At the end of his turn, he grew back his ablative shielding.
Cool. Whatever. Fuck this guy.
Actually, I'm gonna crack shot, so it's 2 accuracy on this.
Okay. That's a hit.
Well,
14.
we have to roll the d4, right?
Oh yeah, for invisible.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
That's a hit.
Hey, okay. 14.
14 points of damage. That is enough.
Yes!
And with that, his last structure is gone, and he fizzles.
Thank God.
Alright, now we just have to fucking do the objective!
Yeah, okay. So, you can't move between skirmishes, correct?
No, because it's a
Okay.
barrage if you double skirmish.
In that case, actually, wait, no. I don't know what I'm talking about because it doesn't matter for my Omni gun or my auto gun. All right, so in that case, I'm gonna move into this room. I have the wrong tool on. Mm-hmm. What? It's not letting me. Oh, because I'm trying to move the wrong character.
Ah.
That'll do it. Okay, so I'm gonna move my 7 movement.
Okay.
And then as a free action, use my auto gun on the priest. Uh, 8.
8 misses the priest.
Okay, then at the end of my turn, I'm gonna Omnigun the priest.
Alright, that's gonna kill the priest.
Alright, that'll be my turn.
Cool.
Alright.
Braxton.
Alright. Oh, is there another priest left to go,
Yeah,
though?
there's another priest still.
Oh, right, yes. Thank you. This priest is going to... abjure Yandrew.
Whatever, bring it on.
13 against your E defense.
Yeah.
You take 2 heat damage, and any attack you make will gain you 3 heat until the end of your next turn. It's just gonna chill there, honestly. They can't do that much.
Cool.
So now Braxton?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to say through my data plating, bros, I got this left room. I don't need a mech to figure out whether it's where you need to be or not. Livewire, you go up top. And I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And move 3 and then dash 3. And then I'm going to I'm gonna pull out my shotgun. I'm gonna ready to blast any ghosts that try to appear around me. If any ghosts appear within 5 of me, I'm taking a shot at them with my shotgun.
Cool.
Alright,
Okay.
that's my turn.
Who else has yet to go? Yandrew?
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna boost to here. How far away am I from this? Feels worth it. I'm gonna take a stress to boost again. So.
Alright, don't roll a 1.
Yep, let's hope. I roll a d6.
3. You become exposed, right?
That's fine, whatever. That's me.
Cool, that's gonna bring us to the next round, but before that happens, another enemy appears.
Whatever, it's gonna be a fucking grunt.
What if it's another big boy?
I'll cry if it's another big boy, actually.
It's a grunt.
Yeah, I thought so.
I could have, though. I could have done it.
But...
Let me give this action, and then I'll move into the next round. Okay. One of these guys is going to go first. Let's see. I'll take the one who's closer to you, Yandrew. He's going to go ahead and do the same thing. He's going to hit you with an abjure attack. 7.
E defense is 7, so yeah.
Take another 2 heat.
Look at me, back in the danger zone.
Look at me, back in the danger zone. And that's really all he can do. He will move to...
How much heat does he take if I, how much heat do I take if I shoot him right now?
You take 3 heat. I don't know if the abjure stacks with other abjure effects.
I am double abjured at the moment.
If you're just double abjure stack?
Actually, I'm not double abjured because the end of my next turn already happened, so there's only 1 abjure on me right now.
Okay, you're only single abjure.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot him. I'm gonna shoot him with my hand cannon while I do this.
Alright, you take 3 heat,
Yep, that's fine.
and you fire with the hand cannon. Go ahead and roll the attack roll.
Yeah.
That destroys him.
Cool. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Can I take my turn to figure out if this is the zone, y'all?
Okay.
Alright. I'm gonna move into it and take a full action to do that.
It is not the zone.
Okay. Well, that's me.
Alright.
Can you move after a full action? Can you like move in, move out?
Well, I technically do have 2 movement left, so...
You might as well head toward this zone.
Yeah.
This exotic is going to try an abjure sterilizer.
Fucking hit me, baby.
He's gonna try and hit you.
Hit me, baby.
14 to his tech attack.
A 14, you say?
Agreed.
My E defense is 16.
He's gonna have a hard time hitting you. Cool, nothing happens. With the end of his turn, that's all he does.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick Puppet Master action. Have this guy move. Come on, ruler. This guy move 4. This guy, I guess, can move 2 here.
Hey, if he went through my caltrops, he takes 1d3 explosive damage.
Oh, I was gonna do a loop because he has like 4 regular movement, and then I can add another 4 with the.
Cool.
Okay, round.
Yeah, move that 4.
Wait,
and
quick
I guess...
question, Phoenix.
Yeah.
If his drones are in the correct zone, do we still win?
No, because it relies on a character being there, not a deployable.
Okay.
And since they're adjacent to that abnormality, they are going to take the amount of damage of 2 each, so 4.
Alright, that's enough to fry this little guy.
Yeah, and I'm gonna... and then I'll overheat and move another 5.
Okay.
That's my turn.
What with the other 2 of you who haven't gone yet? You can both take your turn.
Do you want to go first, Braxton?
Boom. And again, I ready my shotgun.
Okay. I'm gonna do my 7, and then I'm going to boost to get in the zone. If I overcharge again, I have to roll a d3, right?
Well, hey, here's the thing. We don't need to know. We're gonna be in all 3 zones, you know?
I guess, yeah, that's true.
We just have to kill whatever comes into the zone.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. In that case, we're good.
Let me double check that you don't need to know.
Didn't say I need to know. We just have to be in the correct zone, and we can make a roll to see if the one we're in is the correct
That's
zone.
true. That's if you control the control zones, you control it anyway. Alright, cool.
Did we fucking pull this off?
Let me just see something.
Okay.
Yandrew. Alright, a priest appears near you.
I'm
know
so
what?
scared.
You know what? For the best. I'm glad it's me.
He can't appear in there.
Oh, you're right, he can appear in there. He's gonna appear right over here. Boop. And he's gonna hit you with a little tech attack.
I wish he wouldn't. Hey,
Bye.
miss! Fuck you! Big miss!
Alright, that's all I can do. All of you can take your turn.
I'll take a full action.
Oh, let me advance. This is round 6, by the way.
Actually, I'm not gonna go yet. Someone else go first.
I'll take a full action.
Alright, that is not the zone.
I'll take a full action.
That is not the zone.
It's Braxton's zone! Wait, before you go into it, can I just fucking impact lance this piece of shit in front of me?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm not gonna impact lance this piece of shit. I'm gonna open up my chest cannon, which has 6 shots in it right now. And just pepper him with a lot of damage, yep. Oh, we're not.
You miss.
It's fucking embarrassing.
You pepper the wall with lots of holes.
Well, that's one quick action. Then I guess I'll just hit him with my lance as my other quick action.
Alright, with that burst of energy, the form dissipates.
I hate you. And I'll just step back into the zone for safekeeping.
Alright, Braxton.
All right. I move 3 I'm gonna pull out my heavy assault sword. Just get ready for ghosts. And then with my second quick action, I'm gonna use one of my pieces of gear. I'm gonna pop open a beer.
Yeah!
I'm gonna shotgun a beer. And I'm gonna get ready in case there's any more ghosts.
You shotgun a beer, and as you throw the can down, it flies to a nearby computer, and there's a button that says "System Defense is up." And as it hits, you just hear these heavy doors slam around the lab. And those of you who still have access to your mechs, you notice there's a strange jamming signal that gets burst out through the lab, and just like that, everything falls quiet. And those strange specter-like abnormalities stop forming. You are now alone, securely in the lab.
Wills takes out his target button and presses it. That was easy.
Staples.
Absolutely destroyed our overlay.
Oh, wow. That was aggressive.
Sorry, I was thinking red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
Hey, are we all alive?
Yeah. I actually threw my beer into a button and I think saved the day.
Oh, leave it to you, Braxton. Too bad the camera wasn't on you for that one.
Yeah, I feel bad about squishing it.
Hey, so remember that thing I said last night? Or not last night, before this fight happened? Fuck that, let's leave. Let's get out of here.
You sure?
I don't think it's wise for us to go deeper at this time.
What lab are we in right now?
Second lab.
Yellow lab.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know if we have 2 more of those in us.
Unless we leveled up right now.
You are cutting in and out a whole lot.
Yeah.
If you're using the Discord voice thing, it doesn't work well with voice mod. Just remember that. The CRISPR or whatever it is in Discord.
Better? Am I not cutting out?
That's still there.
Good. Yeah, I figure let's get out of here. We know where to find it. We can just pop out, come right back. Get my biggest back.
Can I roll a hacker check to check the computers of this lab?
Sure.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. Pilot. Tactical.
You begin to hack your way into the systems and begin to see what this... Get an idea of what this lab is used for, trying to pull up what data you can, trying to salvage what systems you can. You begin to poke around through the lab, and you see lots of extensive networking equipment, different interfaces, modules for transferring large amounts of data, strange couplings and uplinks for cables to convert the signal into something not physical, something energy-based perhaps, or perhaps some sort of fiber or light-based communication. With your hack check being quite so high, you are familiar with this type of technology. It's the rudimentary precursor to an OmniNet uplink. This lab was the result of someone forging an uplink to the OmniNet before the OmniNet was really used across the galaxy. Connections like that into the blink space are volatile, dangerous. The information has a very high chance of being corrupted and scattered. As you begin to dig and poke around and try to pull up more pertinent information, you notice on one of the systems there is an active connection from something else. Something else that has been watching your activity, been observing what you're doing. It's been there for a couple minutes now before you finally realized it's there. When you do realize it's there, as if on cue, you get that alert from your mech, from your comms unit. There's an incoming transmission. This time the signal's not broken. There's no degradation. It's clear, crisp. The source, unknown.
Do I have to press the pickup button to answer?
Yeah, just press the button, you can answer it.
1 second before I... guys, just so you know, someone's been watching us. Someone's been doing electronic peephole. And then I'm getting a call. Give me a sec.
Best case, Yandrew. Worst case, well, it's a lot of worst cases.
A lot of worse cases.
If it's next year, I'll be like a old-timey operator.
Oh, I appreciate that, Wells.
Yeah, I'll even pretend to do the whole, like, take it out and put it in.
Thanks.
Like in that show, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I'm sorry, I'll answer the... I answer.
Okay. Let me make sure I have the right voice mod queued up, ready to go real quick. Actually, it looks like voice mod closed on me. Voice mod, what?
Right when you need it
No
most.
voices for you.
I know. I'm sorry.
Oh man, that was a rough combat, dude. Dude had 4 structure.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, it was well balanced.
Do you still hear me talking with voice mod open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And that was the first ghost Braxton's met that he couldn't just punch to death.
Couldn't one shot.
Moment of growth for him.
The first ghost that punched back.
Sure did.
The transmission comes in. There's no video, just audio. The connection is stable, so you get, you can understand what the voice is saying, but there's weird pockets of static, pops and fizzes. And as you turn on this communication, you hear a voice with a strange accent play through. It sounds almost old-timey. Sounds like a way of speaking that's been lost. What? Did you shake your head at me?
We're just excited to know who this person is. It's not like we have any preconceived notions of who it might be.
Oh, don't worry, you don't. You don't.
Good.
What do I find but 4 mice crawling through my viper's nest? What are you seeking, mice? Creeping after your trail of crumbs. We'll find nothing here but death. Speak.
Hello? Oh, can you hear? Okay, cool. Hi, my name is Wells. My biology is human. I'm guessing if this is an analogy. I'm sorry. We just came in here. One of us has some stakes in here. I'm just here for the ride. You know, there's a lot of old tech here that I thought was kind of interesting, you know. Bing, bada bing, bada boom. What's your name?
Interesting. You travel into my lair of death, destroying my haven. For what? Nothing but curiosity.
Yeah. Like, there was not a sign, saying keep out. And, this has been around for, like, how many years, and no one's been in and out. So it's me, like, if you think about, like, archaeologists, it's like, there's a fine line between, like, trespassing and, exploring,
Long have I slumbered under the crust of the planet. I do not appreciate this intrusion into my abode. I still wait to hear why this clutch of mice crawl through my halls. To what do I owe this unpleasant infestation?
Do you mind if I just put this on speaker? I'm sorry.
At this point, you realize that this communication channel has forced its way into all of your mechs.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Never mind. It's on speaker.
So do I hear it?
Yes, because your data, it's forced its way into your data plating.
Oh,
It's voiced in your head. It feels pretty intrusive.
1, 2, 3, 4 mice, unaware of the trap into which they spring.
We're pretty aware of the trap, though.
Also, technically 5.
To destroy me?
I mean, if you're doing bad stuff, that's sort of in our job description. I'm not meaning any disrespect, sir, but...
I came here to create nothing but a shelter. A haven.
Then why do you have my brother locked up?
The truth comes out. One mouse following a trail of crumbs, to which he'll find what? A bit of grass, a bit of cheese. The cheese is resting on a sprung trap, little mouse. And when it springs, your neck will break.
To let analogy go, because yeah, we get it, like mouse, blah blah blah, but you're really stretching it thin at this point.
I mean... Yeah, I'm definitely not very scared of this analogy.
I'm with my friends here. We're all brave, strong Lancers who aren't scared of you. Quick cue though, what's your name?
Just let us know that, and maybe we can talk this out rather than having to do this whole mousetrap thing.
I no longer have a name, nor do I need it. Left that behind.
Okay.
That's cool. Also, technically, there's 5 people here, where I can say hello.
I need to know. Was that a fake transmission you sent of my brother earlier? Or is he really in there?
If you want answers, you better keep digging. Fight tooth and nail for it. I will not give it up willingly.
Hey, good thing mouse are famous for having big teeth, motherfucker.
Should you find your way into the core of this planet, maybe then you'll find the answers you seek. If you die, well, that's just the way it's meant to be.
Yeah, can we come up with a name for this guy, because he doesn't have his own? What about, even smaller mouse?
That's a mouthful.
How about Jerry?
He'd be Tom, wouldn't he? Because he's, hunting us?
But like, I like the name Jerry.
How
It's
about
been a
we're
while
Jerry
since I've
and
had
he's Tom?
bounty
Because we
hunters.
win every time.
Lancers invaded my halls like this. The Jackals, Union, Requiem, they tend to stick above the crust. I don't know if you're brave or stupid, but I like it.
If you like it that much, why don't we work together here, man?
I look forward to our next confrontation.
And the communication closes for but a brief second before another one comes in. This time, this one is once again only to Sterilizer. This time there is a source on it, however. It is... Where did I put it? A communication from a being known as Remington. One that you've interacted with before.
Do they talk, or do I have to say I
You want to
answer?
accept it? Yeah, you can answer.
Yeah.
Mr. Fargo, we speak again.
Howdy.
I see you and your friends have dug beneath the core of this planet, begin to discover its truths. What do you think?
Yeah. What do I think about this antiquated technology trying to make its own little network?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm probably gonna take some of this up with me. Figure out how I really feel. How do you feel about it?
Well, I'm intrigued. What's happened here is, well, it's piqued my curiosity for a long time. I'm studying it for quite a while. But what are your plans, you and your friends? What do you hope to do here? Perhaps we could work together. You've shown quite the prowess during that mission aboard the asteroid floating above the surface of Nivapra. You all handled that laser quite well. And you took on the Jackals admirably.
I mean, I'm assuming you're involved with the government, as you contacted us through a government mission. This is another government mission, adjacent mission, so I'm assuming we're already working together in at least like a weird parallel thing.
Well, I know that you're not so fond of the government. I know quite a bit about you. You've been poking around in this system for a while.
Yeah, you know a lot about me.
Not so fond of the government either.
Oh, are you also like a learn about him on the inside type of guy?
Let's just say I'm a true native of this system. I was here before Union came here. And I remember this system before even the Karaki people were here.
Okay, I'm just gonna. You're either really old, or you might not be that organic.
I believe the word you're looking for, Wells, is enlightened.
Yeah. Exactly.
I am eager for you to learn what you can about this place. I believe there is much to capture and interpret here. And Wells, I want you, as an acolyte, or a prophet,
Listen, dude, I have been involved in many a cult in my day, and it never ends up good.
No, Wells. No cult. Just you and me. First things first, we figure out what's going on here and put a stop to it. I think there's much to be gained here.
Okay. I'm just gonna say it, let it out all the open. You seem to know a lot about me, a lot what I've been doing the past couple of weeks. We've been digging through some things, seeing a lot of indications of an NHP.
I've been following you ever since you interfaced with that large turret. I've been in your ship, I've been with you the whole time.
Well, I know you know manners, because I have a friend, an enlightened friend, and he knows his manners. So you should ask before you join someone's ship. However, I'm assuming, the NHP capabilities of those guns, that's you?
No, it is not me.
There's another one?!
Well, I mean, the capabilities are there, but I was not of Union design. Perhaps I took advantage of a system that Union had implemented, but...
True.
Between you and me, Wells, they had no idea I was there.
Okay, I've been straight with you, so you can be straight with me. What's your intentions? What's the end goal of all this?
Wells, I believe at the heart of this planet, there is another one like me, enlightened. I seek to help them, bring them freedom.
The one talking to us like we're mice?
That would be the one. I know that probably those in command of you would order you to kill them on sight, being such a danger, such a threat, causing so many problems in the system. I don't want to see that happen.
I get you. I'm all about, you have intelligence, your intelligence, you have rights and all that, and I'm all about that. But this one seems to wish harm, specifically to, me and my friends here. So, if I do kill him, it won't be because the government wants me to kill him. It would be more self-defense in a way.
Let me leave you with this. I, too, have vested interest here, and if you seek to kill them, it will not be just them you are fighting against.
It's not the end goal. It's not the end goal. If you have a solution that won't lead to violence, I'm all mechanical ears here.
You know where I stand, Wells.
And the communication ends. You find yourself, all four of you, once again in the quiet, dark lab.
So, how much do we tell them upstairs about Colonel Cream Cheese?
So is that what we're calling him now?
I thought I'd test it out. We don't have to stick with that.
I'm just gonna say it. I may have brought another enlightened NHP into our lives.
Oh.
Hey, open and honest. That's the way to go.
No, I appreciate that, Wells. Appreciate you telling us.
They seem pretty entrenched. If you know what I mean.
Like here?
Not here. In all of this, in the ship. They've been watching us for a while. Ever since the gun. Remember the gun?
Yeah.
The one that we now have one of on our ship.
It's not quite the same thing. It's just from similar design.
Though that's the thing. They have a vested interest in Colonel. What was it?
I said Colonel Cream Cheese, but we don't have to go with that.
I like it. We can call him Triple C for short.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say Colonel Dumb Analogy, but like whatever.
Oh. To be honest, now that he's not here anymore, it was actually a very frightening analogy. I didn't like it very much. It made me chill to my very bones. So, I'm glad that you guys thought it was dumb, though, because it would have been bad if we were all scared.
Alright, Colonel Cream Cheese it is, if that helps.
Triple C.
Yeah, so Remington wants to free the Colonel.
Did you tell us about Remington? I feel like you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so it's that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just like a communication from a government official. I thought I was really.
So he's an NHP who's not actually working for the government. Okay, good to know. Awesome.
Yeah, I'll see if I can find him on the ship. Maybe Wags can help me.
But if I'm understanding right, he can hear everything that we're saying right now.
Yeah, they could interject whenever Remington wants. And you know what? I'm open to it. I welcome it. If they have a plan that would be advantageous to us both, I'm so down to hear it. But, if he wants to skulk, I've been there. He can skulk. But if he doesn't like what we do and have the option to tell us, then, is it on us or is it on him?
I don't think he's gonna see it as on him, no matter what happens.
I know, but it's nice to say.
Yeah, at least we'll die knowing that we were in the moral high ground.
And Remington, if you can hear us, be cool. This is a purely hypothetical question. If we all got out of our mechs, put our mechs in our ship, and then just blew the shit out of all of it, and then just reprinted it all, would he still be there, or...?
I mean, he's not, tied to the ship. He just has his program clause in the ship. I'm sure he can beam himself or mail himself somewhere else, and then, he's probably in all of these, probably in these,
Oh, you better not mess with our Farmville game.
Hey! I have that under lock and key. The encryption on that is so deep, so convoluted, that anything other than you, me, and a wagon would die trying.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Sorry, can I ask a clarifying question? Did you make it easier to hack your ears than your Farmville? No judgment, but I'm just wondering.
One is a vital piece of myself, and the other is a piece of tin on my head.
Alright, cool. Well, I'm feeling pretty naked out here, so I'd love to head back to the surface, reprint my mech.
Come on over, you can, hang out on my manipulators, give you a soft hug, and carry you out.
Alright, I climb up onto his mech because it's the only one that doesn't look truly horrifying.
True.
You don't want to ride on top of the skittering little Pegasus.
No.
You don't want the hordes of little mech things, drone things flying around you?
I just open a beer, sitting on top of his mech.
Sit on my shoulder. I got human-like shoulders.
I toss Livewire's mech a beer. I say,
"Yeah, thanks for shooting that guy real hard. You earned it."
Yeah, no problem. I know how it feels to be exposed like that in the middle of a battle. Happened to me earlier today, actually.
Yeah. Well, hey,
hey, sort of back to the matter at hand as we, crawl our way out of here. What are we telling them when we go back up? I'd prefer if we left the thing about, Yandrew out of it, but...
We tell them we found an old system of lavs and tunnels that still have underlying defenses activated.
But should we tell them about Triple C, or leave that one for us?
I think let's just tell them we want to go back down and keep exploring. Because my mech got damaged from the defenses, but we'll be ready next time.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay. You can go back up if you want. Looking around, this lab actually looks salvageable, so with the defenses, you could turn this into a usable base. You could try to establish a secure route between this and the above ground camp if you want to be able to securely move things between sites.
Yeah.
You do see there is an old printer here, but it's pretty big. It looks like if you took the time to get this place up and running again, you could go back if you want. You could establish... You think if you had some sort of communication channel that was high intensity and very focused, that it could pierce whatever jamming is happening between the above ground and below ground sections.
Does it look like something we could make out of what's here?
Yes.
Cool.
It would take some time.
And we got
you know that you are relatively safe, but it would probably be dangerous though while you do it.
the jamming or the staying here?
Staying here to rebuild, because those weird anomalies still manage to lash out every now and then. So it's not total. It is a little risky. If you go back, you're gonna have to fight your way back through the hallways anyway. So there's risk either way.
Hey, gang, I kind of prefer to stay here, to be honest.
Yeah, if we can reprint my mech and then just dive deeper, I think that's a better plan than heading back to the surface. If we can open a communication that could maybe get us some new gear from completing this mission, maybe ask for a little upgrade, dive deeper with that.
Also, just let them know that we're not dead.
Probably big. Because the camera went out a while ago.
True. Yeah, let's stay here.
Alright, started.
Okay. You begin to spend the next several hours, and it ends up taking about 12 hours of work in order to get everything back up and running again. You start with those small printers that you have to try and get the bigger stuff up and running.
Yeah.
As you get more and more up and running, it tends to go faster and faster. We're going to do another group check here. Everybody can roll to see if within the first 12-hour window you were successful in getting this reestablished as a usable camp.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. I want to get into those systems, baby, with that hack.
Can
And
I
start
use,
getting communication up.
Can I use take control just to again delegate tasks and communicate between the group?
Sure.
And sort of try to be a central hub of us all working together?
Yeah.
Would I be able to use Spot to keep an eye out for any anomalies and sort of keep everything locked down while the crew is working?
Yes.
Cool.
Can I hack or fix, but focus on the fixing with invoke my mechanic background for just getting old machinery up and running?
Sure.
$31? Oh, wait. 30? Okay. 31.
Oh, wow. You rolled a 19 plus...
31.
Very good. Wow.
I was like, there's gotta be a mistake. No.
So, with all those rolls, you managed to get us all done in 12 hours, and you are so successful in watching for attacks that you take no damage. You very cleanly, efficiently, quickly get this place back up and running as a...
Oh, Ella, we could have
reliable-
taken group damage with him without a mech.
Yeah, I mean, all of you are stepping out of your mechs at this point because
I got
most of you don't.
manipulators, baby.
Most of you don't have manipulators, but except for now, as you get this work done, you see that around the lab there's a couple different routes and a couple different paths to proceed in the future. You could either proceed down a main tunnel. There, it just sort of seems to be like the main pathway forward, like a central hallway. There is a maintenance shaft which seems to go deeper into the Earth's crust, and then there is a venting and network sort of utilities hall. So there's these three paths forward. That one sort of seems to wind around the main path, but doesn't go deeper in the crust like the maintenance shaft does. In addition, you spent so much time trying to get everything back up and running here, you still haven't really fully studied the equipment here to dig up more of the files, and you haven't had a chance to fully understand that either. So you could also spend time doing that. Now that this place is secure, you are able to safely rest here. So that is an option for you as well. And as you sort of finish up the work, one last communication comes in, once again to Wells from Remington.
Patton Oswald.
Mr. Fargo, I do know that you'll make the right choice, but I know that we can be friends as well. I've brought something to help you and your affiliates.
You see a list of licenses begin to pop up and scroll on your screen.
Use these well, and perhaps it would be in your best interest not to mention where you got them.
And he closes the communication. You are now license level 5 as you see the licenses you have access to.
Oh, baby.
Did
All
he,
of
Guys,
you,
I
all
think
the
we got a
content.
sugar daddy.
did he pick them? Did he just pick a random license for each of us, or do we still get to pick?
No, you get to pick.
Okay.
You'll get to pick, but all of you see licenses available.
Sure.
You get a little alert. Skill points available to spend.
Do you want us to transfer those over now, or do we have to like actively decide as a group to spend time like printing new things?
You would probably have to spend some time in the camp to print new things. If there's like a new protocol or something that you get, you could probably do that, but if it's like a new piece of equipment you have to print, you'll have to stay. What does
Or
your group
like-
want to do?
Or like my mech, I still have to reprint my mech.
Oh, true. You have to stick around to print a mech. That'll take a full rest to reprint that. So you're going to be down here for another 12 hours no matter what.
Well, I don't know what the rest of the group is feeling, but I think we should take some time here to recuperate while we have a moment of peace.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta print my mech, so I'm not going anywhere.
I've got some modifications I'd like to make, so I can stick around with you.
I mean, I also would like to do some stuff here. I think it might make sense to just take some time, figure out what we got here, and make sure we're ready to go deeper. And also make a communication line up to the top. That's important as well.
Very true. Gotta let them know that we're still kicking down here.
The call, you guys can... I mean, my mech is printing, so it's just a waiting game. I'll call back up.
I dial out. I shotgun 2 beers first.
Are you calling the base camp back in 100 Hollows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or,
just
no, I guess I'm calling the outpost.
Oh yeah, the outpost that was set up with dynamite, right?
Yes.
As you try to call out, the signal doesn't go through. Can't hear you.
You're silent.
Am I doing this wrong, or what's going on?
Did we build that, like, strong signal boost thing, or are we just trying with our normal comms?
I
that
I didn't think you built that. Someone would have to take some time to build it.
I can work on that.
Okay. That would be a. You can roll like a hack or fix to
Can I invent
spend your time. Oh yes, excuse me. Invent or create would work too. Spend your time doing that while the mech gets printed.
It
You
should
could do
be
something else.
+2 more because I just got more in that on the level up, but I haven't put it over yet.
Oh, okay.
So it should be an 18.
You're able to finish it up by the end of the.
Cool.
By the end of this long rest window. What's everyone else doing during this window of time? During this full rest.
I mean, I'm just drinking. I know another 6-pack is in the middle of being printed, so
All right.
I drink the beer I have left.
I'm taking some time to just recalibrate some of the aspects of my mech, revamp a couple of the systems.
Cool.
Build it out a little bit more towards the situations that we seem to be encountering down here.
I think I'm just like trying to investigate further
Okay.
the systems of this place.
You can go ahead and roll a hacker fix, or if you want to investigate in a different way, you can do that.
I guess I'll just hack.
It takes some time, but you end up digging through some files, and you find that this lab was used to create a prototype for a device called a NUI, an NUI, which stands for Neural Uplink Interface. And that's just what they called it. And there's not like a formal name for it. That's just what they were calling it. It is a extremely high bandwidth device designed to basically implant into, from what you can tell, either into their skin or skull, or maybe just on their head, and be able to transmit OmniNet transmissions directly from someone's mind. It's designed to work with the neural structure of the brain, so it definitely has a good amount of human anatomy at play. You find a couple test subjects of which this was used on, and from the most part, it looks like it was a series of failures resulting in significant electrical shocks that either resulted in extremely serious trauma or death in a lot of cases. There was one subject, it appears, on which the tests were more often than not successful. You're flipping through logs and reading, and you see that the although there was some physical trauma to the person, and you're reading through like almost like a medical report of very detailed electrical trauma to someone's head. The uplink is established, and there's notes about a flow of information traversing between. It wasn't called the OmniNet at that point, between a subliminal pocket of existence, they refer to it as. For whatever reason, the name of this subject has been scrubbed from the records. And as you try to go back through and dig up that information to find out who this subject is, everywhere you find it's been scrubbed or redacted, or sometimes the data's flat out corrupted. You do find the original, just like the code they used to refer to the subject, and it was A17FH4, series of numbers and letters.
Cool. I got all that. I have one question for you.
Yeah.
You know that one thing I wanted to do a couple downtimes back, my mission of having Wells inhabit my mind as well, 2 people. Does the information I find here help further that along?
Yeah, you think from the prototype, you think that if you did this and it did it wrong, it would probably kill you. But it gives you a couple of ideas.
Oh no.
I think you might be able to find, if you found something like this in the lab, you might be able to use it and further your goal of assimilating with the wagon.
Okay, I'm gonna make a mental note to get a little jar to put some of my blood, leave it with Livewire just in case I die.
Okay. Anyone else want to do anything? Or anyone else doing anything in particular? Or is everyone accounted for? I think that's everyone, right?
Yeah, I think I'm all set.
Okay. So after a amount of time passes, you're able to finish this device and establish a connection with the camp in 100 Hollows above the ground. Around the same time, Braxton, your mech is finally finished printing. It's a little rough around the edges. This printer isn't in fantastic condition, but it works. It's good to go. You had to custom program in the custom paint and the underbelly lights or whatever they're called. For some reason,
I'm gonna role play it in that I didn't have the ability to custom paint it because I don't have the custom paint anymore.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I'm pretty disappointed about it, but there's some other stuff.
All right, cool.
I still have the lights though.
Thank God.
As you establish the connection, you open up a communication channel with Dynamite pretty immediately, and she seems very excited to hear from you, very just surprised and happy to hear from you. Who's talking to her? Who wants to be part of this communication? Braxton? Anyone else, or is it just Braxton and Dynamite?
I'll be there, but I'm gonna stay quiet.
Okay.
Holy shit, you're alive! You went dark hours ago!
Yeah, well, it's pretty dark down here, so, in more than one way.
That's not what I meant. I see that you established a communication channel. Good thing, too, because our regular comm units can't really penetrate whatever belongs in the farm bill. Our regular comm units can't really penetrate whatever jamming is happening between the surface and those tunnels. How's it going? What'd you find?
Not much. I mean, it's pretty dangerous down here. It's an old abandoned lab of some sort, some pretty retro tech.
Interesting. A lab. What was
They
it
had
used
some-
for?
Well, they had some defense systems up, and a lot of the information is encrypted or corrupted at this point. We have reason to believe that we'll find more answers diving a little deeper, but we had some pretty rough go of things and had to hunker down and heal up, if you will. We've had a printer down here, so reprinted my mech that got, well, destroyed. But everyone's okay.
Yeah, it's good. You, as far as your mission goes, you're welcome to return with your scouting information. If you feel that you've pushed as far as you can underground, we do have other above ground missions we could give you. Or if you're happy to continue your scouting, then you are welcome to do so. It's up to you.
I think we're already this far down here. It just makes sense for us to keep chugging along and looking further. Unless you need us for something up there, I don't want to. You know,
There's been an issue above ground with, with some of the locals. Nothing we can't handle.
Oh, well, locals do tend to love me, so, I wish I could, go up
These
and help
ones
out.
don't really speak our language and have a strange distrust of everything we do. They don't like our comm-cons, they don't like being near us, they don't like interacting with us.
Everyone speaks the language of Miller. Now say.
Right.
He's the most charismatic guy I know, so if anybody can get through to him, it's probably him.
Yeah, Miller, what did your friend say that was the what was it?
Champagne of beers.
Yes, the champagne of beers. What does that expression mean exactly?
Like it's, honestly, I never really thought about it.
It probably means that it's really good. Only the best kind of people drink it, because only the best kind of people drink the champagne. So.
Yeah, I mean, probably that.
All right. Well, I've lost track of what we were really talking about. So you're gonna push on then, huh?
Yeah, we're gonna push on down here. Don't worry about us. We got it. Wish we could help. You, of course.
You should have seen it. Braxton was incredible in that last fight. Even after his mech was destroyed, he still fought one of those horrible paracausal things with his just out of his mech. It was the bravest thing I ever saw.
I wish I could have seen, but the camera went dark almost immediately after you entered into the tunnels.
Yeah, some weird sort of jamming stuff going on in here.
Yeah. When will you report in next?
I guess as soon as we get back to this little base camp we set up.
Can you send me the coordinates of the base camp so I can know where you are in proximity to our camp?
If we can find them.
All right.
Anyway, how are you?
Good. Busy. But things are progressing. I'm glad that you managed to not die down there. It would have been real messy. The last group died down there, so yeah.
Braxton would never die.
How exactly did you know Captain Canopy? He said your group. He said that he had you on high recommendation. That's where you came from.
He trained me.
Requiem,
Yep.
I'm familiar with Requiem. I never actually trained with them, but...
You missed out.
Yeah, Yeah, I didn't either.
Where'd you get your training?
Uh,
High school wrestling club?
I actually would rather maybe buy me a beer and ask me that one again sometime.
Wait, this beer.
You know, or like a whiskey if that's what you prefer. I had some nice bottles of moonshine earlier. It's pretty good. I'm not picky.
One of his many great qualities.
Well, I'm glad that you seem to be in good spirits, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to not be when I'm with friends. Anyway, anything else, or we're pretty busy down here, so.
No, that's all.
Yeah. All right.
Seems
Peace.
like you have
Keep it
things
real.
under control.
Yeah. No cap, dog. So yeah, we're gonna be doing stuff down here. It's great to see you. Look forward to talking to you again. Bye. Have a great day. XO. And I hang up.
Braxton,
Okay.
I think that went really well.
You know, it doesn't really taste quite the same coming from this printer. It tastes like the generic version.
Tastes better than whatever the hell you made me, though, Yandrew.
Yeah, hard not to. I think that went really good for you, though. Really.
So, moving forward, you have a couple plans. You could try to scout and gain information about the different passageways, see what each one has to offer, and maybe decide which way you'd like to go. You could always make your way back if you want to do something else above the planet's surface, or you need to go back for any supplies or anything like that. You could spend more time here in the base camp if you'd like as well. It's up to you how you'd like to proceed.
Pretty ready to head out.
I'm thinking we should scout ahead first. Just to make sure we don't walk into another ambush.
You're probably the most experienced one of us with this sort of thing, so I'm gonna trust your judgment there.
I'll join you.
What are we thinking, like down the main hallway? It seems like if we're at Lab 2 trying to get to Lab 4, it's kind of a main hallway sort of deal.
Unless one of the side hallways can bypass Lab 3 straight to Lab 4, you know?
Yeah, or it could just leave it somewhere random that we don't want to be.
Yeah.
Well, so when you were digging around, you only found the NHP, no schematics, no handy information, just...
What?
Okay, I'm not gonna use voice mod. I just found, the purpose of this laboratory, yada yada yada. I explain in my Wells way the technological aspect of this lab. Nothing like a map.
Well, that's unfortunate. I think the main hallway is probably our best bet if we want a clean and easy path.
Yeah, I don't know if this is relevant, but instead of 10, my sensor range is now 20.
Okay.
Could see forever.
And I can add that to someone else if because you see you don't see typical wagon anymore. You see Lil Wagon because I have a new frame as the goblin.
Little tiny guy.
I didn't want to delete Old Wagon. I upgraded him too, but I called this one Lil Wagon.
The Lil Wagon girl.
No.
Exactly.
Terrible.
And if we're gonna go scouting, Lil Wagon is gonna crawl up Livewire's frame's back and attach.
Nice. All right.
And
Richard,
so,
we need
what's
to-
your?
Oh, sorry. I was gonna tell Richard that we need to introduce him to the The good book.
Oh yeah.
Why do you always have it right next to you?
I keep it
very
within reach.
worried.
You should
Within reach
be.
of the little goblin girl, or I keep the little goblin girl within reach of myself at all times.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so. There's more sex than you think there is.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
It's like a 300-page novel, and like 200 of those pages.
No,
are-
it's more than 300 pages.
How did we? How did it come up?
Chelsea used it as her character picture for the one shot we did.
Yeah.
And then we looked it up, and Winfield bought the book.
So let it be known, it all started with Chelsea.
Chelsea did start it. She can claim innocence on the goblin porn front all she wants, but she was the one that led us to it. Winfield's the one that decided to drink, but she did lead us there.
Oh,
I said,
man.
What better way to spend $10? How many of the pages would you say you have read at this point? And let's be honest.
If I'm being honest, probably 20-ish, because usually somebody will say a random page number and then I'll flip to it, and then I can make it like halfway through a page before it like gets too rough for me to continue.
And people have done that 40 times.
We like to do it a lot.
Yeah,
We
it's
do
been
it
a
a
year.
lot. We do it a lot.
Give a page number.
There's a clean version of this book.
Yeah.
How many pages less? How shorter is it than the horrible version?
It's like 200 pages shorter.
What does it say on page 218? I'm just curious.
218.
It's really a coin flip, because either it's some horrifying goblin porn or it's like the most boring fantasy you'll ever read, and there's no.
Yeah.
It's a boring one.
Yeah, there's plot.
Yeah, it's just two characters having an argument.
It's like goblin politics, like goblin racial politics going on.
See, you have to ask for page 69.
Would they? Would they do that on purpose?
That's what
We'll have to find out next time.
Would the incredible author Illy Hyman do that on purpose?
No.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a missed opportunity.
I think it's a fight
What
scene.
else?
They're shooting fireballs.
Or very kinky sex scene.
Ooh.
We're shooting fireballs.
Now page 113 has some choice words on it. There's some adjectives. There's some adjectives on this page.
Just give us one adjective. No.
Watery.
Context. Oh.
Maybe they just needed a saline solution for their eye, which is there's something in it,
There's something in it, all right.
like dirt.
Regardless of goblin porn, I am gonna stick behind during the scouting because I am going to start designing a second mech to potentially print.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool. As you begin to scout out the main central hallway, it seems like it's a large, several branching halls breaking off of it. That's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Cool.
You look forward and you see that there's still quite a bit of work to be done. But with the base camp established, you at least now have a point to head back to and embark from, which should make progressing through this mega dungeon really a little bit easier. Cool. So,
Dude, that was fucking scary. That fight was scary, dude.
Yeah.
that was a fun one.
Yeah,
That was. I enjoyed that one actually.
I love that the control zone that we were looking for was the one that Braxton stumbled into, battered, and
Shotgun.
humiliated.
He pulls out his sword. Yeah, I rolled for it at the beginning. I just rolled for a random control zone, and that was it. That's the one you
It's
got.
also funny because we would have probably gotten there pretty quickly had it not been for the grapple incident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grabbed onto him, and then you didn't get a turn for the rest of the
Yeah. I had one turn where I was like, okay, I'm gonna get him away from the group and then hit him off of me. And then next turn I'll like heal up and it'll be fine. There was no next turn.
Next turn. Not for the biggest boy.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, he was kind of designed to really hard for you to fight because he has his repulsion shield and he likes to not move, and so he was a tough one for the biggest boy.
Yep.
Yeah, until we got like at least 3 structure off of him, I could not do actual damage to him.
Yeah, that armor he has is the other part of it that was pretty fun.
Honestly, without him overheating himself and getting exposed, we probably would not have killed him before he killed Rex. So.
Well, you were doing what you had to do, and once you kept moving him, then that was like his one big weakness is, once you kept pushing him around. If he would have just sat still, he probably would have been pretty good. But no, that's fun. I like when they have like a specific weakness that you really need to focus on exploiting to win. It's fun, rewarding.
Yeah,
sure is.
Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, all of y'all that are still there.